in disguise. Children of Primus, collectors in disguise. Children of Primus, collectors in disguise. Children of Primus. Children of Primus.
And we are back. Frenzy Freestyle Sunday, Teletran 2, and every now and then, Soundwave finds a way to just jump in there and does what he does best, block the communication.
Manhandles us.
That's exactly what he does.
Who would be the Jeff Goldblum of Transformers? Say that for us.
Oh, that is a...
I can draw that Transformer and the Jeff Goldblum Jurassic Park meeting, like Soundwave finds a way instead of life finds a way.
He's such a unique... he plays
Beachcomber.
Beachcomber? I could see Beachcomber as Jeff Goldblum. Funny, initially I was thinking Brawn. Or actually not Brawn, sorry, Outback maybe.
Yeah, Outback would do too.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Since we have Mr. Big Angry Trev hanging out in the background, let's see, let's bring him in and start the stream and say hello, sir. How are you doing?
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me back once again.
Well, always a pleasure to have you on. And it's I've seen you had been recently interviewed on a few other websites too.
Yeah. Are we actually going live on YouTube now? I've got a couple of friends who are saying this in the line waiting or something.
We are live as we speak.
Oh, okay. No,
what?
They can figure it out. Yeah, no, I've done let's see, what did I do? I did TF Source, the Source Report, a few weeks ago. I've just been the Mudgee Guardian, which is a newspaper out here in Australia, ran a story on me in 2023, and they've just updated and republished that. So,
Nice.
But it's behind the paywall, so, and I haven't paid, so I haven't read it myself yet. I will have, since it is about me, I will have to, drop the $32 Australian at some point and go in. And there was another interview I did, can't remember what it was, but yeah, there's been a few of late. So they're always fun to do. It's always nice to see people are interested.
That's very cool. And but I mean, I'm happy that you had a chance to hang out with us again. And how for those tuning in or haven't seen the last two, and I know that middle one, the connection wasn't as good, but it's all perfect today. Let everyone know who you are.
Okay. I was born a lonely child back in the year. So. Oh, not that far back? Right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I understand now. Okay. So I'm Trev. In the online collecting world, I'm known as Big Angry Trev. And yes, I have been collecting Transformers for the last, 42 years. So, yeah, and I own one of perhaps the second largest collection here in Australia, with a bit over 6,000 action figures and then several thousand pieces of merchandise. And yeah, I'm a bit well known in the community. I can see messages coming through here from mates trying to tune in, going, "Where's it working for us?" A bit well known in the collecting community. I've been on TV and radio, national radio, and blah 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 blah, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's who I am. Another middle-aged man who never managed to grow up.
Like all of us. RJ Ego in the comments says, "What's up, gang? Back in the Children of Primus house, and good to have you, Big Angry Trev." Showing off the collection in the background there. That's it.
So Michael and I were experimenting the other day, and we found we can get much better picture of all this. Ooh, don't I look nice?
Yeah.
We did experiment the other day, found I could get a much better picture with my iPhone. So it
Yes.
might be later on, I'll log out of the laptop and log in on the iPhone to give people a close-up look if there's anything in particular they would like to see.
Very cool. Very cool.
So I'm just trying to find out, is it on now? I'm just asking my friends, because yeah, I've still got, I'm looking at like, I've got the link up on my laptop here, and
Okay.
it's still just coming up. Maybe it's, oh no, it's still just coming up for the Waiting of Children of Primus page.
Oh, you know what? Because they'll actually, if they go to the main page on the YouTube channel, it will then show a different link that's live. Because the odd time the streaming, it does that where it's like it takes forever to kick in, and then if it doesn't kick in, it starts with a whole different stream. So in a sense, that link that we sent everyone, now that one doesn't work, which is a bit frustrating when that happens. Now RJ Eagle says, wow, that's an impressive collection, Trevor. I think you'll give Magnus some competition with the collection.
Yeah, but he had a cooler wedding than I did, so you know.
Did you get to watch it?
No, I would love to see some footage of it. I mean, I was
Oh,
Oh,
to jump on a plane when you were telling me about it when we last talked about 8 months ago. It sounded fantastic.
it was fantastic. And our own Toy Warp came up from Florida and did a video of it. And you can find a link to it on his page, Toy Warp Vintage Reviews.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're following him, he's got the link there. Or you can just go to YouTube and type in, "Have you ever seen a Transformers wedding?" And it'll pop right up because that's the title of it. Have you ever seen a Transformers wedding?
Excellent. Look, I am going to happily sit down and watch that this afternoon because
And
I remember everything you told me about it. So, oh yes, hello Trent. So I'm just seeing the latest comment come up. It's a running joke amongst my friends and I that I get asked so much about the dusting anytime a photo goes up or a video comes up. There's like 10 questions. How does he dust it? How does he dust it? So I'm guessing Cornelius Maximus might be my friend Trent having a laugh there. So if so, Trent, g'day mate. Hope you're doing well. And Trent has been a very big contributor to the Transformatorium over the years. He's a collector of things like Animated and Armada, but he you know the figure has to be perfect, has to be absolutely perfect. So when he gets a figure that has a slight defect on it, he knows it's going to be a pain in the backside to try and sell it online because of that defect, and he doesn't want to keep it himself. So he tends to either sell it to me for next to nothing, or he just donates it to the shed. So yeah, he's been a big, and I'm not that fussy. I'm not that fussy. It's like, really? That's cool. I don't have that figure. Yep, I'll take that. So, yeah, no, I will check out the footage from the wedding later on after the show. It sounded fantastic. I still remember you telling me about, was it your father-in-law was going to make a brisket?
No, my father, period.
Your
Me and my father were competition cookers way back
That's
in the day.
right. That's right.
And we did a half of a sheep, which is mutton, and chicken.
Nice. So I got a rotisserie spit for Christmas. So now I've got my rotisserie spit I can do various animals on, and I've got my barbecue, and I've got my meat smoker, and I've got my pizza oven. So I don't need to go inside at all anymore.
that's it.
So
And we got Shiba Kobe hiding in the comments, back from Super Ultra Mega Costco run. Got Brawl and Soundwave last week. And RJ Eagle, so welcome Shiba, always happy to have you hang out. And RJ is asking, Trevor, do you just collect Transformers or other lines as well?
Primarily Transformers. 99.9% of what I collect is Transformers. I don't have the budget to indulge in another one. If I did collect anything else, it'd probably be Ghostbusters stuff. I do have a bit, not very much, not like an entire shed's worth, but I do. Ghostbusters would be my second pop culture love, so I've got the Ghostbusters. But if I can look here, I do have this entire shed. I have one small glass cabinet of non-Transformer stuff.
Nice. Voltron hiding in there. Alf. Cool.
That Voltron is still the one I had from a kid. But yeah, I've got some Ghostbusters stuff as well, and naturally I've got the you can see up there.
Nice.
The Ghostbusters crossover figures and all that stuff. So, but yeah, so Ghostbusters is a very far but much beloved second.
Cool.
So, and I've got a big Lego Ecto one that I've been putting together for about 8 months. I sit down and do some for a couple of nights, and then it sits there on the pool table for another few months untouched. Speaking of which, I've still got so much. I've still got to put this guy together.
Oh, nice.
I just showed that one. Or is that the Blokies?
That's the Lego. That's the
That's
Lego.
the Lego one.
That's the Lego. I've got such a backlog at the moment. I've got, I don't know, probably about 30 or 40 figures that are waiting to be opened, like even a bunch of Masterpiece or MPG, and usually I open them straight away. So, I got just like I just liked him because he was he's a medic, and there's not many Decepticon medics. So I like the idea of there being another Decepticon medic, but yeah, I've got absolute slew that I've got to open, but the problem is it's finally happening. My son is starting to not lose, but lessen his interest in Transformers.
No.
I know. He's just started high school, and he even just took some of his collection and said, "Here, Dad, take it to the shed. I don't want it anymore." And it broke my heart. Admittedly, it was rescue bots and like giant Transformers for Stomp and Chomp from Lock. He's still got like all the Studio Series Dino bots in his room and the Titan Arc and everything. So he hasn't lost the faith yet.
Okay.
But
Those
as soon as he
rescue bots
becomes
look
interested
cool.
in girls,
But you know what? I think it happened with all of us, because I think around end of junior high, early high school years, the Transformers just kind of sat on the shelf for a bit, and everything else came into life. But then slowly, Transformers came right back, like they never leave.
that's it. Well,
Trev, this is our little cooker.
Ooh. Oh, nice.
That's a 800-gallon fuel tank.
Damn.
That's our small one. That's what we cooked on for the wedding. This was actually the wedding stuff being cooked on it in this picture.
So, not that I'm suggesting you would, but as a rough estimation of how big it is what I'm looking at, how many midgets could you fit in that?
Probably about 6, 12 if you stacked them on the second rack. But it will hold 18 20-pound turkeys.
Wow. Okay. Damn, that's nice. I could fit I could fit maybe 2 on my spit and another 1 in my smoker. That's cool. That's very cool.
yes, when he was looking at that, it's just like, oh,
I somehow I think there's a lot of similarities between, because you're down in Texas, is that right?
No,
If
I'm
memory
in
serves?
southern Indiana.
Southern Indiana. Sorry, I knew it was one of. I remember it was one of the southern states of the U.S.
ah,
that
yes, toy
that
toy warp
Yeah,
is in Florida.
Yeah.
that
And
yeah.
Cornelius says, I think this dude outcooks you, Trev.
Uh, I don't know about outcooks,
Dude,
but it's
you've eaten at
definitely
my
tasty.
house. You're coming back at me with the meat thing? What? What are you sorry, I've got picture. I could cook. Oh, that son of a banshee. Right, okay. No, all right. Hang on. Calm blue ocean, calm blue ocean. And
And
we're back. So,
this sounds like a segment waiting to come up where it's just like, Sunday, 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 live from Children of Primus. We got Mr. Magnus and Big Angry Trev at the cook-off.
that would be fun.
Come on.
And you know what? I hate to say
And
it,
you know
but I
what?
think Trent would be right. With that equipment you're packing, I think you would outdo me.
There's a TikToker named Gary the Barbecue Chef, and I challenged him live, and he watched my videos and then refused
Oh,
Ooh.
because while they're covering everything with seasoning, we're going to use this whole can of seasoning on here and everything. I use wood. I use different kinds of wood to flavor the meat because my meat is smoked. The only seasonings that's on mine is salt and pepper.
That's what I do in my smoker too. I've got like some hickory, and then I've got some cherry that comes up with them quite nice. So that's what I use in my smoker.
Do you
with the
have
spit,
Bradford pears down in Australia? Do you have Bradford pear trees?
I don't know.
If you can get a hold of some Bradford pear, now Bradford pear does not burn on its own. It has to have another source. But the smoke on it, it's perfect. You put a piece of Bradford pear in there with a piece of hickory, and it is out of this world.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So what I cooked I don't know what that is in pounds, but I cooked a 1.125 kilo cattleman's cutlet.
Nice.
So, yeah, whatever the conversion there is in pounds. But I think that was the biggest steak I've eaten to date. But I have eaten a 1.5 kilo pork knuckle before when I was in Germany.
when all this food talk, Leanne's asking, what time is dinner?
So we'll post a thing of jerky with the Children of Primus logo on the front.
There we go.
That's it.
You gotta hit the merch, dude. You gotta hit the. I keep meaning to have some Transformatorium T-shirts for sale and so on, but I've never got round to making them.
Now, RJ Eagle's saying, one of the figures that you were showing, he was saying that, or actually, sorry, he was referring to Sheba Kobe, saying that it's awesome that she got those figures and jealous because we haven't seen those guys up here yet, which was the where did the comic go? There we go.
Don't you mean over?
Yeah, which was the Brawl and Soundwave. And RJ's also saying, hey Trevor, I see most of your collection is open and displayed. Do you face any yellowing with figures? I know there are some notorious ones like Netflix Soundwaves and some Siege figures, etc.
Not particularly because of the shed layout. And once again, for anyone who isn't familiar with the Transformatoriums tuning in for the first time, I'll do a little look. This shed was built for this collection, so there are no windows at all. So no natural light gets in here. And the only entrance is behind me, and you can see how big and thick those curtains are. So and then the ceiling has got, besides posters on it, is all very insulated. So it's really designed especially given how hot it gets here in Australia, to keep the maximum amount of light and heat out. So no, I don't get much yellowing, to be honest, which is good. But yeah, natural light I always found is the real killer.
Cool. Shiva says she pre-ordered that from EB Games, formerly GameStop in Canada. Now, I guess, are there any figures that, or I guess to throw it out there, with the 40th anniversary line of everything that has just been released, are there any of those figures you're interested in getting? And I guess the other part of that is, how difficult is it to get those figures down there?
With the advent of Amazon, it has become much easier. So I used to be an avid shopper with Big Bad Toy Store, but that was back when the US and Australia dollars were worth approximately the same amount, and we didn't have the GST on our end, and the US didn't have the tariffs on their end. So
Right.
between all those things together now, it's not sustainable for me to shop through them anymore, especially with the Aussie dollar down. Look, there are lots of store exclusives, say like Kmart and Walmart and so on, that come out in the US that don't come out here. However, I will say with Amazon, we do get the majority now.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but finding them, well, look, I'm out in the bush in the middle of nowhere. The nearest store that carries Transformers is literally over 50 kilometres away, and I think it's got about 2 Earthspark toys sitting on its shelf.
Right.
So for me, my shopping all has to be online anyway.
Okay. Magnus, did you have any questions?
No, I'm just listening and enjoying. If we ever do get together and we have this barbecue, the one thing that is for sure, everybody going away full
Oh yeah,
and happy and happy.
that's it. No, I can see. I ate a bowl of salad that big. So no, okay, I'm full. I'm done. Yeah, wheel across. I don't know, the back half of a giraffe or something. You know, I'm just gnawing my way through the inside till my head pops out the other end, and then like a worm tunnels through the dirt. I'm like that, but with meat.
There we go.
So, look, I think I'm the only person that watches Jurassic Park and actively gets hungry.
Wow. So now we've since we've turned this to to the cooking stream for Teletran 2, Sheba Kobe's mentioned bought some of those Texas barbecue ribs at Costco today because they were on sale, 17 something instead of 25 for a 2-pack. And it's funny, we're all talking barbecues because it just barbecued like some big pieces of steak. I think it was yesterday evening, even though it's all snowy out. Still got to go out and do the barbecue, but I know the vegetarians are watching the stream, and I'm like, you guys.
Hey, I love vegan food, man, because that's what all cows and everything are. They're vegans.
This is true.
I love eating vegans. But this was dinner last night. We had for Valentine's Day. I made Amanda a deluxe shrimp cocktail with tiger prawn shrimp,
Oh, nice.
and then I made bacon wrapped fillets with a twice baked potato, sautéed garlic and mushrooms, and a beef Wellington.
Ooh.
If look, if you and her ever split up, yeah, I'm not inclined that way, but I can learn. I can learn. I can adapt.
I saw a comedy skit one time that said that the easiest relationship in the world would have to be 2 gay guys, because there would be no argument. It'd be like, "You hungry? Yeah, I'm hungry. What you feeling like? I don't know. You want tacos? Tacos. Yeah. And then, later it's like, all right, so am I on top or you on top? Oh, it's your night tonight. Or we roll a die. Yeah.
That reminds me. So one time you had me, a straight guy, a bisexual friend, and then a gay friend, and we could all agree, lady lumps are awesome, aka boobies.
That's right. But
Um,
I've always said that if there was, if something ever happened that I couldn't do the job that I do right now, I would be a chef. I'd take by cooking to a whole another level in passion. I'm kind of like that rat from the Disney movie Ratatouille. I just want to eat good food.
yeah.
And
That's it.
so I had to learn how to cook it myself, damn it.
Isn't that the thing though? Like, especially out here where there's not that many restaurants, if you're partial to a big steak and you go out to all the local restaurants and they all do an average job, you learn how to cook it yourself. And you learn how to cook it perfectly. So, like, I don't go out and order a 1 kilo steak at a restaurant. No, I go to the butchers, who, as you can imagine, I've got to know quite well. Now, I buy me, a kilo-sized cattleman's cutlet, and then I, salt the meat half an hour before cooking, and then I know exactly how to sear it on both sides, and then have it at a low heat and do it for about 40 minutes. I find with steaks too, if I at a restaurant, I just have to ask for medium now because I prefer medium rare. But I know if I ask for medium rare, it's just going to come out a bloody mess.
Right.
It's just going to be, it's still going to be spurting. So yeah, I've learned how to cook. I wasn't much of a chef besides barbecuing until my wife had our first child, and then I sort of took over the cooking. But now, yeah, I'm the same. Like for Valentine's Day, it was 2 days ago here, I made my wife this big thing of Thai green curry with all these spiced stuff. At Christmas, I smoked a big 5 kilo ham, and then we had the extra large tiger prawns and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, no, you do. You learn to cook it yourself, and it comes out so much better.
Have you ever made a paper sack ham?
A paper sack ham.
That-
Can't
that
say I've
you-
ever heard of that.
If you can get a bone-in ham,
Mm.
just like a paper sack, like you get at the grocery store, or if you can find brown wrapping paper, like mailing, like shipping paper,
Yeah.
the real thick, coarse stuff. Wrap it in that, put it in a pan, and then put it in the oven, low temperature, 350, I'm sorry, 250, and everything for like 5 hours. And don't touch it. Don't do a damn thing to it. Just seal it. Make sure it's not hitting your elements. Make sure it's not near, if you've got a gas stove, make sure it's not near open flame. Nothing to where it can catch on fire. But just let it cook. And it will cook all of the sugars and everything out of the ham, and they'll soak through the bag and catch in your pan. And keep them off of that ham while keeping all the moisture in. Okay?
Nice.
When you get done with it, you can take a knife around the top, cut it down the sides, and take the top core off of the bone, and then grab the bone and twist it and pull it straight out of the ham. And it is out of this world. You can slice it, you can chunk it, you can shred it, however you want to do it, and it is marvelous. And all that sugar, there'll be like a black crust on the outside of the bag in that pan, where all the sugars and cures come out of that ham. And it is phenomenal.
See, this is, if I know it's very odd to bring it to this topic on this particular channel, but if we were talking, say, Transformers,
Right.
so, on your descriptions on the back of the tech specs, this person's a saboteur, this person's so, you don't get any chefs, do you?
No.
No.
I guess Soundwave is, because he makes energon cubes.
That's it. They're all
There we go.
I mean, what the most you get is Skull Cruncher, who literally eats his enemies alive. But even
Right.
then, in Dreamwave, in IDW, they could have made him turn into a chef, but no, they made him a stand-up comedian for some reason. But yeah,
Well,
you don't. what's the nearest we've got? The twins out of Revenge of the Fallen turned into an ice cream van.
Right. Let's catch up on the comments. I know we're all over the place. RJ Eagle says, speaking of food and cooking, does anyone collect bots? We'll
I have
come
a
back.
couple.
We'll come back to that. Cookie Crisp says hi. Well, welcome, Cookie Crisp. Toy Warp, referring to earlier, says, okay, I'll be on top. You still owe me $20 from the last time.
Oh God.
There we go.
That's
Leanne
that
says,
coinage.
apparently Trev is going to take you to a new level of passion to Mr. Magnus. There we go. Oh, and there's the bots. Mr. O hiding in the comments. He's saying, sorry for missing the stream. That's tonight's awesome show. Just got home from work and now hungry because of you guys. You're welcome.
Yeah, these
Hopefully
were just
we've
something that I
inspired
saw
some
at Ross
people.
for $4, and they were half off of that price. So these were $2 a piece, and I was like, sure, why not? They're on my shelf. And Trev, this might be something for you. I don't know how many visitors you get to your shed, but my friends are always wanting to bring their kids to see this, and I have a rule: no touching. And to amplify that rule, I have a shelf over here with stuff that I buy at like Walgreens, Ross, like this. And depending on the age of the kid, when they come in, they get one. They get this. And so this is in their hands.
Oh, nice.
So they get to keep this. They get to take this home, and then they get to walk through and look at everything else. But this is in their hands. And that's the rule is you got to keep both hands on that the whole time you're here and you get home. So I have a whole shelf of stuff over here to give to the kids when they come and walk through here.
Well, I've had a couple of fathers bring their sons out on their sons' birthdays, and what I've done is I've arranged for them to, they've bought one of my Transformers off me in the not something. It was a little like they'd just give it, but a bigger one, and then we wrap it up in a bow and so on. So when they come out for their birthday, first they're blown away, and then they also find here that there's a Transformer birthday gift wrapped up for them waiting that they can open and take home and everything else. I've got a box of like knockoffs people have sent me, so like they've seen it at markets. Here you go, Trev, and I'm sort of like, it'll be Transformers spelt with 2 Z's and a question mark or something. So I take those and I just put all those in the box for kids to play with when they come. But I've only had one, and I think I was telling you this story a few weeks ago, Michael. I've only had one person touch the figures on the shelves without asking, and it was a few months ago, and it was my boss. My boss. She came out here, and she and her husband came out for a barbecue, and I was giving them a tour of the shed, and then she was over at my Gen 1 toys. Now, see that? That's actually from the what do you call it? The giant pop sound wave. He came with cassettes, and they are the exact size and dimensions of the original cassettes. So if I grab one of the original cassettes here, so that's we're trying to move here. So that's Buzzsaw in his cassette mode. That's this, and as you can see, pretty much the exact same size, same thickness, everything. I've never tried to put these in an actual sound wave. And I'm talking to my boss's husband, and I hear come from behind me, oh, look at this, they actually fit in the thing. And she's picked up my old 1984 sound wave, and she's jamming these things into it. And I'm saying, oh, for the love of God, Ted, just stop and put it down, would you please? Because I didn't know if it was going to wedge or not, because I've never tried. It turns out they fit fine. It was good. But it was the one and only time I've ever had adult or child, someone go up and randomly take stuff off the shelves without asking. And the problem is, it was my boss. I can't kill her.
Right.
Yeah, I need her to keep sending me money so I can buy more of these things.
Was Dallas, welcome to the stream, says, holy cow, that's testing by fire.
Oh, Dallas is another dear friend of mine. G'day, Dallas. Good to see you, mate. Glad you're able to tune in on your lunch break.
Mr. O
Dallas.
says, no.
You
What do I
lost
get
2
from
years
Dallas
off your life that day.
On,
Dallas sent me this one the other day. So
nice, a gold bug.
yeah. So no, I've got a group of close friends in Sydney and Wollongong. There's Trent, there's Dallas, there's Keenan, there's Jason, and it's mainly Dallas and Trent who find stuff for me. But those guys come out and they make the long trip out to come and visit the shed and bring their families and everything. And yeah, and they're very good at keeping an eye out for figures for me. So I'm lucky. I've got that really nice support network in the big city.
Cool. And one of the earlier comments from Cornelia says, in seriousness, Trevor's Transformers collection is nothing short of stunning. My son and I look forward to our 4.5 hour drive up to his farm to see both him and his family and his collection.
He's made the drive at least 3 times that I can think of, and his son and my son get along well. Both our families all get along really well together, so
Nice.
they'll come for a visit out here, and it's just a matter of getting the kids occupied enough. The kids will spend hours out here with us. Then eventually we're sort of like, can you go?
Let's go.
So we can do like adult Transformer talk, which is really not any different to the talk we do in front of them anyway.
If Torwarp is still listening, I may get this number wrong, but to give you a little perspective, when Torwarp came up here to videotape the wedding, that's a 14-hour drive.
Damn. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, that shows he was hungry for that brisket. So he was hungry for that mutton.
That's right.
Actually, I guess I would throw a geography question out to you, Trev. In terms of the size of Australia, how many hours would you say it would take to drive, I guess, from the furthest east to west end or the furthest north to the south end? Like from one end of the country to the other end?
I haven't done it personally.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably a solid 3-day drive. I've had friends who have done it. So, for instance, to go back and visit my sister in Victoria, that's a solid 12-hour drive.
Okay.
At an estimate, I would say 3 solid days of driving.
Okay.
So, and whichever way you go, if you're driving from 2 furthest points from each other in Australia, you're going to be covering a lot of desert. Well, the inside of we're the driest, next to Antarctica, we're the driest continent. So the middle of Australia is just one big ass desert. And frankly, where I am, it's looking like we've hardly had any rain for months now. I'm like got a big 1,000-litre cube, and I keep taking it into town, filling it up and bringing it back, so we've got drinking water and everything.
Okay.
Whereas in other parts of Australia, at the same time we're desperate for rain, they're getting like 4 inches in one day, and then it happens every day for the next week until it's flooded.
Okay.
So yeah, Australia really is the poster child for climate change, I'm afraid, and the effects of what's going on.
Now, is that man 4 inches or woman 4 inches?
Well,
I'm a potty mouth one.
You missed it. I gave you time, Santa. I gave you time.
I know. Yeah, it's sort of like, and my wife and I have these arguments. You know, she'll say, "Look, that's only 8 inches," and I'll be going, "That's a solid 10. That's a 10." Go and get the tape measure. Go and get a neutral third party. So,
Oh, Punisher in the comments says Snake Eyes will return in Avengers Doomsday, and RJ Eagle's laughing at Man or Woman 4 inches. The Doomsday. It's funny with the upcoming Doomsday little mini commercials that Marvel put out, and then everyone creating their own version, and I've been creating a few of our own version on the channel. So far I have Dr. Gregory House is coming back in Doomsday. The Autobots, the Dinobots. Who else?
we've all just.
Oh no, we've lost him there for a moment. And
Oh, yes, there we go.
there you go, and you're back. Trev orders most of his figures. Are they large conventions like AFCC or TFCon? So are there large conventions there like the AFCC, which we had a couple weeks ago, which is a friend of ours? It's his first convention, over like 2,000 people showed up. Or do you have a TFCon there?
No, look, we have things like we've got the Australian Comic Con, we've got Supernova, we've got Armageddon, but we don't have anything specifically Transformers based. There's no convention that is only about Transformers. So, and I used to go to some of the other conventions when I was younger and I lived in Melbourne. They're all a far drive now. I keep promising to take my son to one. I used to really enjoy them, and I'd pick up some rare figures. I think some of the ones I got were a minting box, Gen 1 commemorative Sunstorm, alternators, Rodimus. What's the sound wave that turns into a working MP3 player? So I used to pick up the odd rare things there. There's little toy fairs and stuff in Sydney, but no big conventions. I used to really enjoy going to them. The only thing is, I'd take my girlfriend, now my wife, and I'd take a bunch of friends and so on. And part of it, I'd be done up and I'd be dressed as Big Angry Trev, which is basically just me with lots of weird stuff on, and big, Transformer symbol and an oversized sword and an oversized gun and so on. And part of it was having fun, getting photos with all the other cosplayers. Now, the last time I went, I had to rein that in. And the scene could be completely different now. We are talking a long time ago. But the last time I went, it was like every second girl, or 2 out of every 3 girls at the convention had gone through comic book going, not slutty enough, not slutty enough, not slutty enough, not slutty. Her costume's just a thong bikini. Yes, that's who I'm dressing as. So, and I'd have my girlfriend with me, and I'm sort of like, okay, her costume over there is cool, but I will be literally sleeping outside if I go around, put my arm around this girl and ask for a selfie. So, I don't know if that's still the case or not. I do see there's quite a lot of rather attractive, risque cosplayers in videos I watch from like San Diego Comic Con and so on. But whether they make up the minority or the majority, I don't know.
Well, I mean, from the event that we went to, I would say in terms of the risque cosplay outfits, not as much, because there's a lot of focus on detail, and either taking something that's extremely simple and making it really creative, or putting that time into the creative outfit. So I think more people, and although I can't say exactly, but I would say the focus was more detail in full costumes. So not so much risque, but things that are closer to the source material.
I'm actually on live in Canada right now. Can I call you back here? Do you want to say hello to the boys?
Punisher.
Okay. You sure you don't want to say hello to them? They're nice.
Griffith did nothing
Yes.
wrong.
Okay.
Good evening.
So my wife says hi. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. So she thought it was earlier than it was. She was ringing to ask how it went.
Oh, no worries. You tell her you're worldwide. It's not just Canada, the U.S. We're everywhere in Egypt, Africa, Japan, India. We're everywhere.
Oh, of course. Look, if there's less than 250 million people worldwide watching this, I would be shocked.
You
I
know,
would be shocked.
for
As you guys know, I've got my own website, and sometimes I'll just go on and look at the analytics to see where people are reading my articles from, and it does give a breakdown of all the countries, and it's amazing. Like, just all over the world, there's people where you think, oh, the majority of the populace wouldn't even speak English. But there's people from there, they're logging on, they're interested in Transformers. They're logging in, they're reading the articles, everything else. I'd say the majority that come from would be Australia, the US, the UK, and Canada, and perhaps New Zealand. But then, the Middle East, the Polynesian Islands, everywhere. So, no, we're everywhere, the Transformer fans. We're global.
We're everywhere. And I mean, when we were kids and we're collecting our figures, we didn't realize how global the market was, where it's like, maybe one or two of our friends close to us had some, but we're not realizing that, children everywhere had them. Which makes me think, in terms of the 40th, the Hasbro 40th anniversary apology tour that Hasbro's doing, and I think they're going to be doing screenings everywhere. Have they done any screenings in Australia? I think because I know the 30th, a lot of people were doing it. I don't think it was Hasbro directly. I think it was just fans putting it on. But I wonder if this year they may have a screening in Australia for you guys.
I would be surprised if they didn't. Especially around the last 3 movies. So, Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, Transformers 1. There is an absolute ton of stuff here happening in Australia.
Okay.
Absolute ton of stuff. It was going, we had preview screenings, we had fan screenings.
Nice.
We had, they had the big thing at the Sydney Zoo for Rise of the Beasts, where they had, the statues that were about 4 stories tall, and you got to go and glamp at the zoo and everything else.
Nice.
So, I'm assuming there'll be a bunch of Australia Hasbro has been really onto it the last few years, and actually that reminds me, I need to get in contact with the guy that runs the Transformer division of Hasbro Australia, and perhaps send him links to this and go, oh yes, by the way, I was on, I did TF Source, and I was in this newspaper, and I've just done Children of Primus, and so, you should really send me more free stuff and invite me to these things for free. Do it, please. Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. So,
when you speak to them, say, and then also speak to your American and Canadian affiliates, because Children of Primus, send them stuff that they can review. Do it. Do it.
Look, here's the coattails. You guys just jump on and ride.
That's it.
We're going together.
That's it. Now, before we, 'cause I know it's probably about 10, 15 minutes before we round out. Mr. O in the comments saying, "Do it, do it." Can we get another tour of the Transformatorium?
We can. Now, are you happy for me to do this with the laptop, or would you like me to log out and log back in on the iPhone, which has got much better picture?
I would say
that might be easier for me to maneuver.
Yeah, log out and log back in, and then and we'll wait for you to switch over.
Okay, because you and I played with this the other day, and we found that we couldn't have the laptop and the phone going at once. We got feedback. All right. I shall return shortly.
All right. Now as Trev switches over, do check out our channel, and subscribe. The boys will return in Avengers Doomsday, because we're just putting all sorts of funny videos up, and for the Doomsday launch, because it's funny. And yes, so Impactor has mentioned that he wasn't able to attend the first stream. He was at the gym doing flips and crazy stuff, and got back from snow tubing, so he's been busy. So it's no worries. It's hopefully you get to jump on next week. But also check out his stop motion on Impactor Productions on YouTube. And as we're waiting for Trev to come back in on his phone so we can get a tour of his collection. Any thoughts, Mr. Magnus or Sedum, before he comes back in?
No, I'm actually on his site right now, and it's kind of a son of a bitch to manage through. It's got a lot of stuff. It's like drag boxes here, and I was like, I don't have admin controls. What do you mean drag boxes here? I'm not clicking on shit.
Oh dear. Well, we'll speak on that. Mr. O says Midnight Oil will return in Avengers Doomsday. And Impactor says some funny videos like Lego versus Transformers. I remember that. So that will be coming up. And Angry Trev is back. So now we get a tour.
Okay, so rightio. Since I've talked to you guys last, I've been redoing a bunch of shelving because I was running out of room. So I've been making mini shelves to go on the bigger shelf. So I'll take you for a little bit of a tour of these. Hopefully I'm pointing the camera correctly. So if we move these, so I've just redone, and tell me, because I can't see the screen, so tell me if I'm pointing it correctly.
It's all good.
Yeah, we've got the 2001 Robots in Disguise, and then I've got a bunch, nice little Seeker display there. Now, these ones I've just finished redoing. These are the Movieverse shelves. So I've got one shelf that's tried to have, a nice selection of different characters. The next shelf down, again, tell me if I'm not angling this correctly. I've tried to combine movies together. So we've got Transformers 1, Bumblebee movie, Rise of the Beasts, and then it just goes into other movieverse.
Now, our collector in disguise is asking if you have Transformers Prime figures.
Oh yes, okay. Yep. So here we go, Transformers Prime. So if there's a particular genre you would like to see, then by all means call out, because chances are I do have a shelf of it. So
just to simplify things for you, Trev, I just sent you a link on bold grid themes on your website, on the Trevolutionary website, the Big Angry Trev website.
Oh, yeah.
It says your topic has been submitted and is pending further moderation, so you should get a notification that you've got something to moderate, and that's got a link to the wedding video on it.
Oh, cool. Okay, thank you very much for that. So I've just been redoing these shelves as well. So these are generation shelves. So as you can see, vehicles down the front, row of robots, another row of robots. But now I've added yet another row of robots up the back because I was running out of space. And I've just started doing the same with the Decepticon shelf as well.
What do you use for your tearing?
So we've got a hardware. Well, I could. So this is like more shelves that are coming on the way. So really, I just buy cheap lumber, paint them up black, and do it because I use. So it's not really anything particularly fancy. I've done a little bit more of work on the masterpiece shelves here. There's that Soundwaves blokey you were mentioning before.
Yeah.
So what else have I done? Oh yeah, I have no idea now how many non-transforming transformer figures I have, but it would have to be hundreds upon hundreds, because this is just one set of shelves and there's a heck of a lot more. Oh, actually, I redid some of the Gen 1. I'll give you a bit of a look at the Gen 1 as well, for those that are interested.
Ooh, Fort Max.
Total border.
Fort Max, I had to cut him his own gap in the shelves. So as you can see, I got the new/old RC figures, which were very welcome. I quite like those.
Missing link.
Missing link, that's it. That's what we're looking for. And I haven't purchased most of those. So here you've got like the original Seekers, and then you've got those new ones in the colours that came out. There's that Sunstorm I was talking about before. Cobwebs. And those are ones I've gotten in the last 12 months, those Gen 2, the Megatron there and those 3 jets.
Now, a couple comments on the collection. So RJ says, dang, I see the GAIA Unicron from Prime. That one's a tough one to find. Mr. O says, Trev and I have the same amount of TF Prime figures. And Impactor says, I'm going to have to help you find ARMS Micron M10 Transformers Prime Ironhide along with Beast Hunter's Prowl. But then also says, or is also asking, do you have any wreckers by any chance?
Oh, God.
Wreckers. Okay, so let's have a look. Asking ye shall receive. Okay. So, yeah, I've got quite a few of the wreckers there together.
You know, Impactor's probably passing out looking at all of those wreckers all at once. And
the wreckers and Impactor. I saw the second wave of those the more fancier vehicle mode blokies is going to have what is it, Roadbuster from G1, that orange and brown,
Yep.
dark green.
Oh,
guy.
yes.
Yes.
He's going to be.
They're actually quite nice. So let's have a look here. So that's your example of
to buy where I buy my blokies, but I hadn't had a chance to pick any up.
the vehicle modes, and some of them. If we go over, let's have a look. Where's my son? Gave like, so that's the blokies vehicle mode Cybertron version of Dragstrip, which I thought was great, was very creative, because as far as I know, Dragstrip hasn't had a Cybertronian version toy before.
So they could technically make it anything they wanted to.
Yeah, well, that's it. It is same. See, there's the Cybertronian version of Gears from that blokies range.
Right.
So, although I did love the fact that they did the same for Swerve, and they gave him his gun from IDW. He's My First Blaster. I thought that was a very nice touch.
You're a little low. We can't see it.
Whoop.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, they go about, at least where I buy blokies, they seem to go for about the same price as the Fenders, so that's right in the. And I like Hot Wheels, and Matchbox. So
Are those the alternators?
They are.
I've only got one of those. I got Smokescreen because Smokescreen was one of my favorites, and I just
Sideswipe,
loved
saw
him.
Hound.
Yeah, the
I
smoke
think I got
alternators were always
Silver
nice.
Streak. That was like one of my first Transformers. Was the alternators server? Yeah, there he goes. The alternator Silver Streak, and then I had the Hound and the Sideswipe. I don't know. I might have bought those two at the same time, but I remember I always liked that Blue Streak / Silver Streak, Prowl, Smokescreen, that body type. So.
Now, RJ is saying, with the Fort Max, it looks like Dino sticking out his head from the car. Flintstones reference for you young folks.
Mr. O asked, and I'm gonna extend on that. He asked, "Do you have any KOs?" And I'm gonna ask, "What about third and fourth party as well?"
Very little. I said I sometimes get sent KOs just by friends who have seen them and they go, "Look how cheap that Transformer is." I'll get one and send it to Trev, and they tend to go into the box for children to play with. Third and fourth party, nearly all of them. You know, who was he saying? He was Cornelius Maximus. Before my friend has sent me, I've only bought one or two. But my friend, so I bought that Alicon before they existed, and I bought that Quintesson before they existed. But say like that squid, my friend Trent made that for me on. Well, actually, he made it for himself on his 3D printer,
Nice.
and then just gave it to me because he realised he didn't have room. And I think he's passed on some ones to me. So that Mirage, that Outback and Huffer, but as in third and fourth party that I've bought myself very, very little. Like you could count them on the fingers of a blind butcher. And I've nothing against them. I think there's some that are absolutely fantastic looking. It's just, I only have so much of a budget, and that budget goes towards official figurines for me.
Now, RJ's asking, do you have Beast Wars and Beast Wars Neo figures?
I'll be gone, boy.
Right. Okay. So I don't have a huge amount because remember we were talking about, you go away from Transformers and then come back to it when you're older.
Yes.
I love
For me, that's when Beast Wars came out. So Beast Wars came out for me when I just discovered Girls and the Pub.
Same here.
And the Girls in the Pub were much more interesting than Transformers. I did get. Can you see that box up there? With
Yes.
like
With the,
and tell who is in there. Magnetron.
with the Beast Wars. I don't know if they're Beast Wars Neo, but it's got the Mammoth
Beast
and
Wars Neo.
Magmatron and so on.
Oh, I see it now. Big Convoy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Convoy is the Mammoth, and Magmatron's the three dinosaurs, separate dinosaurs that make one bot.
That's right. So I don't have a great deal, and what I have got, really back in. Can you see Depth Charge there?
Yes.
He is the only one I bought during that era. Everything is either a Generations version or I've picked up post that or is a reissue. But of course,
Charles is a delightful asshole.
Now, Impactor's asking if you have an alternator Grimlock, which I believe I saw that there. Yep, the Mustang.
and as you can see, his sword sits there on the bottom.
And RJ's asking, do you have any early third-party figures like Impossible Toys Tetrajets and Hegemon Megatron or Apollyon?
No, not really. Again, I've bought very very few third party. Really, the only third party stuff I bought were a few Quintesson figures back in the day because they had made no Quintesson figures.
Right.
So, and of course now they have. So, but yeah, I've got friends who have got massive collections of third party figures, and I've been over and looked at their collections, and they look gorgeous. Oh, they're absolutely gorgeous. So, when I say I don't collect them, it's not out of judgment for them or that I think, you know, all right, well, if it's not got a Hasbro thing on it, it's not real. It's just, it's not my raison d'etre.
Yeah, I don't get many third party stuff either. The only ones I've really gotten into is Doctor Wu's W cassettes, like the cassettes like Beach Bach and Squat Talk and like those characters, Decimal, Slam Dance. They did a Overkill and Slugfest, and they fit in the like the Siege, Onward, Sound Waves, and Blaster.
Oh, Trev, just your thumbs or in the lens. There we go. Oh, and Impactor says,
Who is daring yawning at this? I heard that.
set him.
I heard that.
It's,
I can't see you, but I can still hear you. God.
and the Impactor
I'm
says,
not bored. I'm just
rescue bots are his
didn't go to
childhood.
get much sleep last night because I hadn't been able to do much work or donating plasma because I had broke my arm, and this was like my first day to be able to do that again, so my energy's all kind of off.
Oh, that's nasty. How did you break your
I
arm?
hadn't done that in 4 months. Biking accident, volar Barton fracture, and they had to cut open my arm, inner forearm, so my wrists, tendon side. It's about a third of the length of my arm. I got like a scar from where they had to do the surgery to manually set the bone.
Damn, man.
Screws. Yeah.
Yeah,
I managed to last 42 years without ever breaking anything. So, I mean, hey, I had a good run of it.
You did. I had a friend who rode his bike off a cliff.
Oh shit!
Oh,
So he has still to this day, and it's 15 years later, got about 17 different bits of metal in his ankle and his foot, pinning it all together. So he does not have a great time whenever he goes through, a metal detector at the airport.
Which Impactor mentions that him and Senham both were injured around the same time.
I remember now. Yeah, and then I know around the time I got my winter boots, because it happened in middle of October, and my dad was like, you need to get some like fresh boots that have like, you know, all the thread still there, so you don't have to worry about slipping when you snow and ice comes. And my niece and mom were with me, and they had both broken their arms before. My niece actually had the bone sticking out of her skin, so
Oh, damn.
yeah, she did that. She got a little bit too crazy on the those spinning things on playgrounds, like the big spinning wheel that you hold on to dear life. And she lost her grip and went flying, and like.
Now RJ
My mom had lost her grip while helping my dad pack up the canoe.
Now RJ says, Sedum, you gotta practice safe cycling, take it easy.
I do.
Now Trev, I'm gonna throw a question to you. How many versions of Piranacon do you have?
Right, so Piranacon, let's have a look. So I've just got the so there's the Generation Selects one, if I've got that on camera properly.
Yes.
And then if we go down here, I've got the original.
Nice.
And then I've got, it's still in box, the limited edition exclusive one that came out about 20 years ago.
Right. Okay.
And you can tell this is the original because the reissue he's got a green head
Okay.
whereas the original's got the black head on it.
Yes.
So I've got 2 versions of the Gen 1, and then I've got the Gen Selects version as well.
Nice.
You don't happen to have King Neptune, that's a Beast Wars, the white redeco, so you might not have that since that was Beast Wars. But
No, I haven't got the original or the Gen Selects version of that one, and I wish with the Gen Selects Piranacon they released it piecemeal, one at a time, whereas the King Poseidon or whatever it is, the white version,
Yeah.
they released it as one set, and I kind of just wanted the the version of that one because it was a female character. And I think she was one of the very first female characters in Transformers to get a toy. So if they'd come separately, I would have at least bought her.
Right.
She's a trip. She loves the squid in I think Beast Wars 2nd? Yeah, Beast Wars 2nd. Scuba. And then the red and black Buffalo Bighorn, he has a crush on her too. And she doesn't feel the same. He'll be chasing her, charging after her, and she's like, "Leave me alone, you meathead!" Then Scuba, she'd be like, "Oh, Scuba, son, oh."
Well, if ever you want to look at my YouTube channel or my TikTok channel, I used to make these funny little quick reviews, and I made one about Tentakill, and it was pretty much discussing how after the Transformers cartoon ended, he got a job in hentai movies. So yeah, go to the Big Angry Trev YouTube channel or the TikTok channel, and you can watch that. It only goes for a few seconds, but I did it in that old black and white grainy thing, like you'd see at the cinemas in the 1930s.
Nice.
Japanese, like their sound effects, like you look at the Zelda games and like how Link, he won't say any words, but he'd be like, and he'd be like, what the hell is he doing? Like, getting later.
Those are some unfortunate sounds for him to be
Yes.
making.
So yeah, I could see someone watching that, especially if at parts where it's just, because they have a lot of sound effects in Japanese. I can't remember what the word is for sound effects. Sound effect words, and it's like, oh my god. I mean, you can literally, you don't even have to remember dialogue. You can just have a voice acting career in Japan, just doing like.
That's it. If you watch the original Astro Boy in Japanese, so like every 5 seconds, Astro's sort of stopping there. He's going, "What?"
Yep.
That's his reaction. They're very shocked about stuff. They're very. I love the Japanese. They're wonderful people, but they get surprised very easily.
Yep. Now, let's see. Another question before we slowly round up for the evening. Impactor is asking how many Dinobots do you have? Because there is a total Grimlock, Slag, Swoop, Snarl, Sludge, Scar, Slash, Puddles, and Scorn. Which I know those last 4 are the newer ones. Do you have those the newer Dinobots?
Okay, so Puddles, I believe, is just from fan fiction or official fan fiction. So I don't know if there's actually an official Puddles toy.
Okay.
Now,
He's just a third party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, no. So
or if you get non-F and you can make the Studio Series 86. Is it Sludge? That's the long neck dinosaur. If I'm remembering my Dinobots correctly.
Yes.
And you can convert him into Paddles.
Oh, okay. So that's that arm there is the medic. What's his name? Is that Scorn?
Scar.
Scar, sorry. Yep. So I've got that's I think the only official toy of Scar. I've got. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of different Dinobots there. So I've got that version of Slash. If we go over here, We've got
Oh, okay.
so that's got Scorn and Slash as well. I would love it if they made a complete set of Dinobots that all matched and they added those extra characters. So like I'd love to see a Gen 1 coloured Scorn for instance, and so on. Because I think if it's like if you add up all the extra characters in, say, the Stunticons have introduced over the years, there's actually about 7 or 8 Stunticons.
Okay.
And it's the same with the Dinobots. They've at least introduced 3 new characters since then. So, yeah.
Cool. Amazing tour. And
No
I don't
worries.
think you
Anyone
showed
want to
us.
see anything else before I switch back from iPhone to laptop?
Well, I don't think you showed us the desk because I know I've seen images of that. You know, so that the original movie display.
Okay, have I got the whole thing? Like, can you see Perceptor at the front and Cyclonus at the back?
Yes.
Okay. So it's become more and more crowded as the years have gone on. And even at the back is
Oh, nice.
you've got your dead guys. Which is really the only reason I got those for was because I had this little area at the back you couldn't see, and it kind of looked blank from the back. So it's all like, let's fill it full of corpses. That'll be cheery.
Mr. O says, damn you, Unicron. And Impactor says they are planning to make a new Scar and Scorn with within the next 2 years, Hasbro has said from Hasbro.
Oh, okay. Very nice. So there you
Cool.
go. That's Emil. So I've got my blank desk here that I use for working on, you know, opening toys and everything else.
Nice.
And then we've got that bit at the back. And then, of course, underneath
Multiple.
is my storage area. So that's like all the toys that are still waiting to be opened. Like I just dipped into Cyberworld, but I've got this.
Wait,
as always,
is
there's
that
so
2 more
many-
boxes of HasLab Unicron?
Hey,
Is that 2 more boxes of HasLab Unicron?
Shh,
So-
this never happened.
if I move those, well, do you know what? I was building this shed when HasLab Unicron was currently being made. So some of these dimensions, the dimension of this table, was actually in part so I could fit those boxes underneath. Just like, if you could see, can you see Unicron up the top there?
Yep.
I purposely did the shelves up to that height because if I was to do them any higher, I knew Unicron would not fit in that central position. So HasLab Unicron actually dictated some of the dimensions of this, and if you can see even there, I still had to build an extra bit jutting out and bulk that in to make sure that he could stay in place. But the interview I did for TF Source, I can't remember which Transformers comic book artist commented on it, was asking questions, and he was saying things like, "Oh, that top shelf gives me the willies here in California. One
Yeah.
earthquake and it would all come down. But of course, here in Australia, earthquakes are essentially non-existent, and all this stuff is like quadruple because I built it all myself. It's all quadruple bolted into the walls. It's I was like, you literally have to physically bang into a shelf for any of this to move.
This will go, since you mentioned earthquake, so in the 2000s, I think, was it the mid-2000s that the North America had the earthquake, if the Mr. Magnus and Spin Remember. And I remember I was just in my room, and I just assumed you were doing construction outside. I didn't even consider it was an earthquake until I came outside and all my neighbors were out. I was like, "Did you feel the earthquake?" I was like, "There's an earthquake. It wasn't just construction vehicles moving around."
Well, we had an earthquake, I think about 2-3 weeks ago, just like a little minor one. So they always exist.
Now to think about, there was one like a year or two ago, and I knew where, like, the epicenter was literally behind some Unitarian Universalist church I had a bunch of friends at. I knew from in Glen Allen, Virginia. Literally, I could tell you like I could describe the location, like give a visual of what it looked like, the location where the epicenter was.
Trev, let's switch back to the laptop, and then we will round out for the evening.
Shall do. Okay, and
Now as Trev is switching over, Impactor says he's beaten Magnus, as all the Unicrons he has been dethroned.
Bill's thinking, Magnus is thinking, "Do you want me to still help your parents get stuff for you? You better hush your mouth up."
It's past bedtime.
That's right.
RJ says sweet, and I saw Funko Pop Transformers. Yay!
Okay. And we're back.
And we're back.
So did that work with the? Because I couldn't see. When this is all saved on YouTube, I'll go back and have a watch. Did that work going around with the camera? Was that nice and
Oh
clear?
yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that was very good.
Cool. Excellent.
Cool. Yeah. So happy to for you to take the time and hang out with us again. And I know we don't want to make it too long of a stream. So before we say our good evening, where can people find you?
Okay. So, what I did the other day? As a school teacher, I tried to keep my online life and my everything else life very separate from teaching. That way, when something happens and the school goes, "Well, you're setting a bad example for the children there," I can say, no. At school, I'm Mr. Hopkins. Online, I'm Big Angry Trev. On my radio show, I'm Big DJ Trev. I don't even use my real name. It's fine. And then I'd go through about once a year, Google Trevor Hopkins, and try and scrub as much as I could. I never AI Googled myself before. And I did that for the first time the other day, and everything comes up. Trevor Hopkins, also known as Big Angry Trev, who also has the Big DJ, and it's just sort of like it knows everything.
Yeah, it's a conversation, and I think one day in the near future we're going to have like an AI centric stream where we just talk about AI, because it's especially in the Transformers and the artists in the cosplay community, it's quite a discussion and argument, because for some it's a tool, for some they're using it to replace others that use it as a tool, and it's just quite a discussion, just keeping it safe for the moment, but it goes all over the place.
That's it. Well, here, I've got a point on that, but I'll give you the other thing you asked for first. So if people want to find me, generally just Google Big Angry Trev, and that will come up with a million links. There's the website, www.bigangrytrev.com. So I'm on TikTok, I'm on X or Twitter or whatever the heck it's called now, Instagram, there's several Facebook pages. I'm pretty easy to find. So, and I've got lots of open groups. So if you put in Big Angry Trev and or Big Angry Trev and Transformers or Transformatorium, you'll find an absolute ton will come up. But yeah, so I can be found on my own website. I've got a YouTube channel as well. So YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. So did I have a Grinder account?
Oh God.
Well,
I'm not sure I did.
I think
I'm
the
not
last
sure.
time
I'm
I,
listening
that's
closely.
right. I thought it was Grindor, like the character from Revenge of the Fallen. I was like, they gave such an obscure character his own website. This is awesome. So I turned up. So like, I'm a massive Grindor fan. And then the messages I was getting back were had very little to do with helicopters whatsoever. So like, but I'm going. But remember when Optimus ripped his head apart, and the messages I'm getting, so like, I want to rip something apart on you, baby, and I'm so like, oh, easy there, easy, let's chill out.
Toy
With the
Torwarp
with,
says that AI search is creepily correct.
oh, there you go. Give it. No, the AI, as I said, I do like to follow several cosplayers. And there was one couple. I'm sort of like going, how are you not a professional supermodel? You look too good to be true. And they were putting out video after video after video. And then I saw them do some yoga pose, and one of their arms sort of disappeared through their shoulder and out the other side. And I'm so like, oh, okay, so you're not real at all, are you? So I wonder how many guys have signed up to OnlyFans accounts without the realization that they're looking at a bunch of pixels. So there must be a few. There must be a few.
Oh, it must be a few. And the OnlyFans, they're not complaining. They're like, we're making bank off of fake of girls who don't exist. If people are gonna pay for it.
Well, that's it. You realize there's probably it's probably made by guys that look like a combination of me and Mr. Magnus there. So like I tell
some hairy hobbit feet and be like,
that's it. Like I've had students at the high school I teach at say to me, "Oh, I've got a new girlfriend," or I go, "Oh, that's great. Where'd you two meet?" "Oh, we haven't met yet, but we've been talking online. She's my girlfriend. She lives in Queensland." So like, dude, it's probably a trucker.
Catfish. Catfish.
That's it. You are not talking to a 16-year-old girl, man. This is a guy. This is a guy that looks like me. Okay, that's who you're currently dating.
Yeah.
So
Lives in his mother's basement, and
that's
his
it.
name is Darren.
But that's the thing. Even with AI, you can change the voice now. So
Everything.
I'm sure to the person they're talking to is coming through going, "So how are you doing?" Whereas originally into the mic, so, "Hey, how are you doing? You look muggy. You got a real pretty mouth. You certainly do."
there's some like I don't know if it's a Korean or Japanese, but some East Asian like TV show or film, and there's this clip where the guy's adult daughter walks into the room, and he's like has like the people who at the YTubers or YouTube the YTubers, and the guy has like a girl character and a girl voice, and it's like her fat middle-aged beer gut dad.
Oh gosh.
And she just opens up the door and she's like, nope. Closes the door back open. Like, don't need to know, don't want to know.
Yeah, Mr. O says OnlyFans Transformers figures. That's that's going down on a whole other road right there.
God.
Do I need to go and get those mouse pads down again from when I appeared the first time on the show?
Right. So, Trev, Big Angry Trev, thank you once again for hanging out with us. Going from Transformers to to us talking about just getting out of Transformers in the high school years and then turning into a cooking show. Where it's
Right.
USA versus Australia cooking show.
Well, the funny thing is, when I was last on, which I think was last July, I think we mainly talk. I was telling you guys stories about Australia. So we do tend to digress into other fields, but that is part of the reason I really enjoy coming on your guys' show, because they're just natural conversations and they'll just flow wherever they do.
I love it. So
We
yeah,
circled
since
back
you
around.
mentioned
We circled
earlier
back
that you're a
around.
teacher.
That's it.
that's it.
Yeah, since you mentioned you're a teacher earlier, I was thinking, oh, I could share some stories with you. Like I knew a teacher at the high school. I did not my student teaching, but my shadowing at, and this teacher, I knew her from my local swimming pool, so we had only seen each other, in swimsuits. And then I had a young girl who was
wow, sounds like an OnlyFans page right there.
I had a female coworker at a job who's like my little sister, and I was like, okay, Rachel, if you see me, I'm there in a professional capacity. I know we're like brother and sister, but you can't be like running up to me and jumping on and giving me a hug and be like, oh, big brother. She called me her brother because we're like, I was like her older brother's age, actually. So for her, it wasn't weird for her to talk to me because I didn't know her, but I didn't go, but I was her, the age difference wasn't awkward for her. So I go there with two female classmates from my college. I see the other teacher that's already been established, and she's like, you look different with clothes on. And then the high schooler I work with at the art craft store, she just runs up like behind me, jumps on my back like piggyback, and it's like, and it's like, and those two female classmates must have thought I was the biggest man slut. They're just looking at me like.
So suddenly they're writing down their phone numbers and passing them on to you, sort of like, wow, this guy must have something going on, We're talking man versus women inches here.
See, we circled right back to that.
That's it. You got to do the callback.
So on that note, so we're gonna
Right.
on that note, so we're gonna end the evening. So thank you again, Mr. Big Angry Trev, for hanging out with us, and like and subscribe to all of his media. What do you got, Magnus?
Again, I bow down. I will eventually I'll catch up.
Eventually, one of us will end up coming to the other one's country. It'll happen.
It's
It'll
just
happen.
it's a question of who will have the most unicrons, because the unicrons are what sucks the gravitational pull. So I think right now they're just kind of doing this.
Right now, we're messing up China. Right now, China don't know which way to go.
That's it.
China's being pulled down. It's being pulled back to the west.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
We're just going to tear it in half one of these days, and then we're going to weep.
We will. It will be a sad day for all concerned.
All right.
Trev, it is always a pleasure having you here, sir. Check out that video. I sent you that link in that little comment. You'll enjoy it. It was great.
I shall do. Thank you for sending that to me, and once again, congratulations on your marriage, sir.
Thank you.
No,
You don't know, but we had our wedding bands tattooed while we were in Hawaii, because I'm not allowed to wear a wedding ring at work for safety reasons.
Okay, that's nice.
So we got them tattooed while we were in Hawaii.
Oh, and you got the infinity symbol on there.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. See, I should have done that because I've got a wedding ring and my hands got too fat. No, literally, that's it. I've gone up a ring size and the ring didn't. So that's I've got one somewhere, and it's purely decorative on a little stand or something now, because it does. One day I should get them resized. So yeah, maybe I should have got tattooed.
Well, you know what?
I've got like one tattoo, only one tattoo, and it's an all over body tattoo of myself, but taller. I'm actually only 5'6". But the tattoo, I look taller, don't I?
But you know what? Since you don't wear the wedding ring, then you're allowed to get the divorce class Metroplex.
Oh, okay. Get divorced? Do you think I'm going to find another woman that's going to let me build a bloody shed like this?
Well, but think about it. that Metroplex, he's the size of the shed, so he'll protect the shed while you're spending time with your wife.
Yeah, I don't,
Ah,
do you know what the divorce class Metroplex is? The 5-footer?
yeah, I've seen the absolutely massive big
So
built.
there's one local here.
Oh, right.
It's within 2-hour drive, and he put it up on Marketplace, and I've been talking with him. He's a little proud of it right now. It's a little higher than what I want to pay for it, but he's been telling me. I was like, so why are you getting rid of it? And he said, because my house isn't big enough, and the only place that we can put it, because I can't leave it out because of the dog and the cat. I can't put it in the kids' room, so I have to have it in the bedroom. And it freaks his wife out when they're having sex because there's this 5-foot robot staring at them. And he said she throw a blanket over the top of it, but you can still see his eyes burning through the blanket. And he said it's really messing up the sex life. Yeah. He's not the divorce class. He's the voyeur class.
The voyeur class.
Voyeur.
Yeah, voyeur class. It's not Voyager class. It's voyeur class.
Voyeur class Metroplex.
Yeah. And so me and him are talking, and we may come to an agreement. And if we do, we'll have a new co-star that'll stand right here.
Very cool.
Cool. All right. So subscribe to all of our channels. Subscribe to Big Angry Trev, to Children of Primus, and also to Toy War Vintage Reviews, who was hiding in the comments, and to Impactor, also hiding in the comments. So again, thank you, Trevor, for hanging out with us. And as we say at the end of all of our streams, till all are one.
Till all are one.
Till all are one.
We now return you to the Children of Primus.